Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I got a double movie movie review today, and this is suggested to me by my friends at Krazy Kooking, and they asked if I would review. Said, "Hi, Jason. Can you please review the movie Sleepaway Camp? It is a horror movie known for having a very scary ending." And then he said, "If you could review it, awesome. Keep up the good work." I said, "Sure, I can review that." I saw that. In a way, I have kind of a history with both movies. In a way, my reviewing Sleepaway Camp and actually seeing the whole thing is a little bit of a movie redemption thing for me. Just like when I rented The Hearse back in 1991 in Fort Detrick, Maryland, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was boring as hell. And then I remember Alex had the movie and let me borrow it. There was something else, I think, Cray Lake Monster, I think I wanted to see on it, and he let me borrow The Hearse back in 2013, a long time ago, along with a couple other movies. And I saw it again, I loved it. And it was like a video redemption for me. This is kind of like that because we have like this main, when I was in Fort Gordon, Georgia back in 1988, they had a small video rental place like right on post and stuff like that. A lot of people would rent there, and they would come back to, it's not a break room in the Army, it's called a day room, and they had like a VCR and a TV there. Because I didn't have my own VCR and TV when I was not in basic training or AIT. I rented a VCR for about like 9 days or something like that, but I didn't own one until I was in Germany on permanent party. It's kind of foolish to own one there because it's not like a permanent party thing. It's just schooling, I did rent a VCR. Well, anyways, we rented, some guy rented a Sleepaway Camp, and they were watching in the day room. I never heard of the movie before. I came in about halfway through, and I saw the way it was going. I absolutely hated it. And I remember the ending. It's hard not to forget. The ending is what people remember. It's hard not to forget that ending, but I didn't like the movie at all. And after that, I kind of ignored it. I saw the two sequels. I know I liked them. The sequel is better than the movie, the original. But I went ahead. I never saw the whole thing. I went in like halfway through. I think I came in right around the bathroom scene. It was so different from any other slasher film I've ever seen. Well, I watched it on YouTube last night, and I was pleasantly surprised how much I liked it this time. I mean, because I don't know. I think I didn't know what to expect before because it's not a traditional slasher film. It's not no Friday the 13th. It's kind of like Friday the 13th with kind of like crossed with Meatballs. I think some was meant to be like a comedy. It has to be. Even though it's not, it doesn't come off like a comedy. It's really weird. And basically what happens, there's a boating accident, and this guy and girl, this man and his child are killed, and it's not done very well. But I think that's part of, like, it's not, it takes itself seriously, but it's not meant to be taken seriously in some ways. And like so many years later, they go to a camp. One kid and Angela. And the mother is really strange that plays in the thing. They go to the camp, and there's lots of shenanigans going on. I mean, the camp looks like Meatballs, right? And then there's fighting, and Angela's there, and she doesn't talk. She talks a little bit, but it's just like this the whole for most of the movie. And then there's some killings that come on, and the killings are kind of weird. There's two killings where, like, there's like thing when they raise their hands up like that. I don't want to give away a whole lot. Like, some of the murders are really different. Like, the one chef was cooking that corn, boiling the corn, and then the person, he was, like, right on top of the giant boiling pot, and one person had a chair brought out, and he put the boiling oil all over him. And then they had him bandaged up like this. I think it was meant to be funny. I think. I mean, I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously, this one. You know what I mean? Because Friday the 13th, there's really not much comedy in that, except for, like, later on, like, the first couple, And there's a scene where a guy's in a bathroom, and this is why I came on to it. This is why it was so strange. They put like a broomstick in the thing so I couldn't get out, and then the killer slashed the screen in the window, and they put in a hornet's nest. Shook up and drew, and then the guy died from all the bee stings or hornet stings. Like a killing like that is not. I don't think it's meant to be killing. And then there's one with a curling iron that's really brutal. I do remember that one too. But the ending, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but people remember the ending. The ending is really out there, especially for back then. I mean, because if you ever watched the original Friday the 13th, original Friday the 13th is kind of like almost a PG-13 rated movie, pretty much. I mean, there's supposed to be an uncut version. I never saw the uncut version. Like, they cut out... MPAA was pissed off at Tom Savini, and they wanted him to cut out a lot of the gore and stuff like that. I don't know. Sleepaway Camp has more gore, and I don't know how they got away with some of it, you know. But it's very... And the ending is really shocking. All I'm going to do is do this. That's kind of like the face she made. I'm not going to make... face that was made at the end of the movie. But I actually enjoyed the movie a lot more now than when I first saw it back in '88. I never bothered to watch it again. But I know it's on YouTube. I was going to review the 2 sequels, but I mean, it's another case of when someone uploads a movie and there's that bright light in the middle of the screen. That drives me nuts. And then they said it's edited. Some of it's edited out, like some of the beginning and the ending is edited out. I don't know what they screwed that up. Both the second and third one for free on YouTube. They screwed up both of those. But this Sleepaway Camp that's on YouTube that he sent me a link for is really good. I mean, there's one where you can pay $3.99, but I ain't gonna do that. But no, this or $2.99. No, but it's really good. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. So thank you to my buddies Krazy Kooking for letting me know about that. And asked me to review it because I would have completely forgotten about it. I'd probably look and see if the Sleepaway Camps are available on some of the free streaming things. I never bothered to look. I might look sometime. I don't know. I had the extra time to review movie. And then the other one was a movie I've been wanting to see since 1981. When I saw the trailer for it, it was called Dirty Tricks. Because I remember my history with the movie. I remember the promo for it. It only played in the theater for me a week or two. It didn't do very well at all. But I remember the thing where they had a big bathtub and it said it's the funniest movie of the year and stuff like that. It's PG rated. So I was like, Dad, can we go see it's PG? It's PG. Because they're big against me not seeing R-rated movies. And I was like, it's PG rated. I can bug my parents to see it. I know I didn't bug my parents to see Jaws of Death back in 1977, which is PG. Because they probably want to take me anyway. I didn't bother. But I bugged them about that, and Dad said, I ain't seen that. What the hell is that stupid thing? I ain't seen that. I mean, he's no longer around. But I mean, that's sad they didn't take me seeing it. In a way, my dad probably been mad if he would have taken me seeing it because it's not a full-fledged comedy. It's like a comedy thriller. And basically, they're on the trail of... It stars Elliot Gould and has Kate Jackson and Rich Little, which was really cool. I think because Rich Little was in it, that's why I wanted to see it. That's probably why. Cause I was a big Rich Little fan back then. I always thought he was fun. I still do. And he's a famous impersonator for people who don't know. And what this involves is a letter from letter from George Washington that proves to me he did lie some, and that would have changed the direction of the country. And all these guys are looking to get it, and including these two twins they're hired. They must have been spoke a different language because every time they talk, their voice is dubbed. But I mean, everything else is regular English and stuff. Shot in Canada, by the way. And they do stuff. They just break stuff with their, or they don't break into a room. They have like a window and they smash it open with arms and stuff like that. And they kick people and stuff. That's how they do their thing. Or they're very aggressive. And they're looking for this letter from Abraham from George Washington. I said it again. And they kill this one guy, and then the one guy calls up Professor Elliot Gould, history professor, asked if he could verify this letter. And he said, no, I ain't got time to do it. And then because he called him up and they saw that, he gets involved in the intrigue. And what happened was, this movie is recorded on YouTube, and it's split in like 10 parts. The one thing that sucked is after part 3 and it goes into part 4, I think like a little part of it's missing, but everything else is up to it. And then basically it's like a chase. He meets Kate Jackson, and he's reporting they kind of have fallen in love and have a relationship, and they're basically on the run for these guys. There's some funny parts in it, not a lot. I will say that the part where these two guys are shot, there's someone shot in the head, and Ellie Gould said, "That's gross. That's really gross." I kind of laughed at that. I liked the movie. I thought it was a ripoff of Hanky Panky. I thought Hanky Panky was made earlier. Hanky Panky was Gene Wilder, Gilda Radner comedy where they were falsely accused of murder, and they're running from everybody. I thought it was like a ripoff of that, but that was actually made a year after Dirty Tricks. Dirty Tricks was made in '81. I thought I could have sworn Hanky Panky was made in 1980, but it was made in '82. And both of the movies are like that. I mean, it's like on the run type movie, but they're being chased by the bad guys. There's some good, there's some decent car chasing, but it's still kind of kept lighthearted in some ways. I'd probably, if I would have seen this as a kid, by '81, they said it's the funniest movie of the year, the funniest comedy of the year, everybody's crazy and stuff. As a kid, it made me want to go see it, and bug my dad about it. He didn't take me. I would probably been kind of disappointed. This one, it's okay. It could have been a little bit better, but I'd probably give it a very, very mild 7 out of 10 for Dirty Tricks. So there you have it. I reviewed. So I'm finally glad I got to see it. I've been wanting to see it since 1981. I'm finally glad I got to see it now, because some of those movies are hard to find. And it wasn't made by a big studio. Neither was Sleepaway Camp. But you can find Sleepaway Camp is easy to find because of being a horror film. But Dirty Tricks was a bitch to find. I finally found it on YouTube. It's split into 10 parts. And it's from some thing called HBO Classic Memories. And it's from a VHS recording made in it said March/April of 1982. So that's pretty cool. And that's the channel that's no longer putting out content. Probably a dead channel. They have a couple other movies. They have a couple specials of Rich Little and Freddy the Freeloader Christmas and some stuff about HBO. Oh, the old school HBO, which is kind of more fun back then, because it's just a one channel. It has the movie Super Fuzz, which I saw back in Germany, and that was like the Italian cop movie about radioactivity. I think it was a spin-off of Modern Problems, that one. And also, If You Could See What I Hear, I don't know if that was a good movie or not. I've never seen that one either. I wish they would have Take This Job and Shove It. That's the movie I'm looking for. May I keep an eye out on YouTube, see if it's on there. So, I mean, I've been wanting to see it for a long time. I'm glad I did. I mean, maybe in a way I'm glad I didn't see it as a kid. Because I did like some of the more grown-up comedies, like Fun with Dick and Jane. I saw that at the drive-in. That was funny. I enjoyed that. I might have enjoyed this one more, but I mean, I don't know. The execution is a little bit off. Like I said, a very mild 7 out of 10 for Dirty Tricks. So there you have it. My reviews of Sleepaway Camp and Dirty Tricks. Plus, I mean, I have a history of both movies. I'm glad I got a little bit of movie redemption with Sleepaway Camp, because I gave The Hearst a second chance. I really enjoyed it this time. Back in 2013, because I reviewed it on my channel a while back. And also, what the hell was it? Sleepaway Camp. So, there you have it. And special thank you to my friends for Krazy Kooking to recommend me check this out. I saw them both last night, and I'm watching. I reviewed it now at 12:49, 12:50 right now on a Friday afternoon. So, until next time, bye, please. Take care, my legion. And thank you again to Krazy Kooking. My buddies. And it's kind of cool that I'm doing a horror film review, and I'm wearing a Erie Horror Fest t-shirt too. Alright, take care everybody, which I'm the film judge of. Well, one of the film judges. Alright, take care.